Hey guys, first and foremost, I want to say if you hear any background noise, my kids are home, summertime, obviously, so just so you know. But I wanted to show you guys, if this head doesn't roll away, ways you can shape Ollie the Gecko's head. I have that pattern listed on my Etsy, and I've had a couple people ask me some questions because theirs might not come out looking the way mine did, so I want to show you a couple things you can do. First off, I want to start by saying this head is made with Bernat blanket yarn and a 5.5 millimeter hook. These are 30 millimeter eyes and the head is stuffed. This one's obviously not stuffed yet. 30 millimeter eyes, a 4.5 millimeter hook, and this is in Sweet Snuggles Light, which I will say a lot of people cannot get their hands on this anymore, so I won't recommend this yarn to you. If you want something similar but slightly thinner, my best recommendations would be Himalaya Dolphin Baby or Premier Parfait Chunky. Those are the closest that I have tried to this type of yarn. They're just slightly thinner. So for eye placement, I have it in the pattern to put the eyes at or in between rounds 5 and 6, about 5 stitches apart above the increases in round 7. The easiest way to be able to do this is, for one, mark the very beginning in round 7 when you get to the single crochet increase 5 times. So this would be your first single crochet and this would be your last increase. Mark those so that you can kind of have the eyes lined up to the sides of them. I will say the size eye compared to the size yarn you use will make a difference. If I had used 25 on this, it would look a lot different. And obviously 25 on this size yarn would be way too big, which can change the way the face looks. So my first recommendation when you are stuffing these is to lightly stuff, because when you squish the head down, you want to be able to like squish it nice, shape it a little bit, and it should stay like this. But if you overstuff it, it will not. So I want to show you first something you can do if you overstuff. I'm going to overstuff this one just so I can show you like a little hack that I would use if I overstuffed and I didn't really think about it till I got too far in the pattern. Because the whole head and body are worked in one piece and then you sew the arms on after, this should work out okay. This is obviously the neckline. I've worked both of these heads up to round 14. So a little trick I like to use to help. Shh, it's quiet time. A little, Lona, quiet time. A little trick that I like to use. A little trick that I like to use when I am shaping a face to kind of squish the cheeks a little bit is I would go in right about at the neckline, so you'd be probably about at round 12 or 13 right here. Take your yarn needle with a piece of matching yarn, come up at the bottom corner of the eye, and pull this almost, this piece of yarn is way too long, but, and then come over about 4 to 5 stitches, whatever works best. And you're going to come away 1 stitch from where you originally went in. And then you'll take that and pinch, you're gonna pull that together and that's gonna kind of pinch that cheek area a little bit. As you can tell, it makes a big difference. Like I said, my original recommendation would be to not overstuff the head. But basically you take that, make sure you have it pulled as tight as you want, tie it, but don't tie it. Lona, it's quiet time, please.
It's okay, and now I am not stop.
You'll tie it and then you'll hide the tail inside the head.
Yes, yeah. Whoops.
Okay, so right here, you can see the difference it makes. So I'm going to show you what I would do originally just to keep the natural shape without having to add extra.
Oh no.
Which is just to lightly stuff the head. I mean, obviously you want it to have some shape, but you want it to still be like squishable. So, and this yarn obviously is a lot softer than the
Oh
Bernat
my
blanket.
gosh, what is that?
So
Down here.
it can be a little bit more difficult to shape. But push a good amount towards the front of the nose, as you can see. And then make sure you have enough rounded in the back of the head.
Okay.
Shh. Lonas, it's time to be quiet. Okay. So as you can see from above, it's got a nice rounded back of the head, a nice shape in the front. And then I just like to kind of squish the eyes down because that gives it like more of a pointed natural shape without having to add extra shaping. And then obviously in the pattern I have lower embroidered eyelids. But yeah, the eye shape, not the shape, sorry. The eye placement versus the size is really going to make a difference. If you have them further apart, the head shape's not going to look as right. But if they're too big for whatever type of yarn you're using, it's also not necessarily going to look the right way, which there's no right or wrong, but it's not going to come out looking how I have it in my pictures. So I would recommend doing a lighter stuffing on the head. But if you have overstuffed, you can always use this little trick to make the cheeks more pronounced. I'll do it on the other side too, so I can show you just what it looks like when they're both done. And again, pull that down and see you already have a more defined area in comparison.
You want to get me food.
And that can be a nice little trick if you need a little bit more help with shaping. There is another type of shaping that I do with certain projects, which I will show too. I didn't do it with Ollie, but you can always do it if you've also placed the eyes too far apart, and that can help bring them closer together. What you do is take your needle, put it down in the bottom middle, pull it out in the inner corner here. Then you're going to go to the top here, across right here, come right back down. Like I said, you want to be about 1 stitch away. And then you can pull that, and that will bring your eyes a little bit closer together as well if you've spaced them too far apart and you already put them in place. And that should help. But obviously it's up to you. It's, you know, everybody's own preference. I like them both ways, but there you go. That's about all I have. Sorry for any extra noise in the background, but I hope this at least helps.